My name is Danielle Mercer. I'm 41 years old. Last Tuesday, I stopped being the responsible one. There's something people don't tell you about being the reliable one in a chaotic family. You don't choose it. It gets handed to you early, quietly, permanently. Usually the moment you realize that if you don't step in, things fall apart. And somehow, that fallout will still be blamed on you. There's no reward for it. No title. No salary. Just a reputation for being dependable, which is really just a softer word for available. For years, I carried that role like it was part of my identity, until I decided to put it down. If you want the truth, you need the numbers. Not for sympathy, I stopped needing that a long time ago, but because numbers don't lie. Over 12 years, I paid for my brother Jason's first failed business, and then his second. I covered emergency loans he called investments from people who weren't known for patience. I paid for my mother, Carol's, knee surgery, and later discovered her recovery treatments included spa packages and cocktails in Arizona. I co-signed a lease that defaulted. I wired money at 2 a.m. because something in the message made me afraid of what would happen if I didn't. I never added it all up, because I knew the total would change something in me forever. But my accountant, Laura, once looked at my finances with quiet concern and said, "This isn't small." I lived modestly. A 2-bedroom condo I bought and paid off early. No vacations. No luxuries. A practical car. Lunch at my desk. A retirement account I guarded like survival depended on it because it did. And still, it was never enough. The message came on a Wednesday. I was standing in my kitchen, eating leftover pasta straight from a bowl, when my phone buzzed. A group text. My mother. She wrote that she had made a difficult decision. She had sold the family home. The house I grew up in. The house I had helped pay for. Sold. To cover Jason's latest debts. Then came the line that changed everything. They would be arriving at my place the next afternoon. Not asking. Not discussing. Arriving. I read it 3 times. The food went cold in my hands. And then nothing. No anger. No panic. Just clarity. Like something inside me finally settled into place. I thought about every wire transfer. Every sacrifice. Every time I said yes when I should have said no. And then I thought about the email sitting unopened in my inbox. A developer named Marcus had made an offer on my condo. Above market value. Quick closing. I had hesitated, because leaving felt like instability. And I had built my entire life around being stable for everyone else. I opened the email, and I replied with 2 words. I'm ready. There's a version of this story where I sat everyone down, explained my boundaries, and we worked through it together. I used to believe in that version. I don't anymore. Because people who rely on you rarely want you to change. They want you to stay exactly the same. I called Laura first. She didn't ask unnecessary questions. Within an hour, she told me we could close in 5 days. 5 days. That was all it would take to walk away. Then everything moved quickly. Calls, paperwork, a moving company scheduled for the next morning, storage arranged, a rental secured, a small coastal cottage 3 states away. By evening, everything was in motion, and for the first time in years, I felt in control. I didn't sleep that night, not because I was anxious, but because I was awake in a way I hadn't been in a long time. By morning, I was packed. Not everything, just what mattered. Documents, laptop, a lamp from my grandmother, a few clothes, a photo of myself at 22 before I became who everyone needed me to be. By noon, the condo was empty. It took less time to dismantle my life than I expected. That didn't feel sad. It felt honest. I left the keys, signed the papers, changed my phone number, and drove away. 3 hours later, they arrived. I know because I checked the building cameras once. Just once. They stood outside the door, confused, frustrated, lost. My brother pacing, my mother knocking, calling, demanding answers. But my phone didn't ring. I kept driving. The cottage is small. 1 bedroom, a kitchen window that faces the ocean. The kind of place where the air feels different, lighter. I've been here 2 weeks now. I sleep through the night. I cook real meals. I sit on the porch and listen to the waves without feeling like I'm behind on something. I met my neighbor, a retired teacher named Helen, who talks about her garden and nothing else. And it's peaceful. I haven't spoken to my family. Laura mentioned they're exploring whether I had any obligation to take them in. I didn't. I never did. Sometimes I wonder how they tell the story now. I imagine I'm the villain. Selfish, cold, unreasonable. But in my family, selfish has always meant one thing: unavailable. And for the first time in my life, I am. I don't know what happens next. Maybe we speak again. Maybe we don't. But I've stopped writing futures where I disappear just to keep others comfortable. What I do know is this: the window faces the ocean. The mornings are quiet. The coffee tastes better here. And the only person I'm responsible for is finally enough. And that feels like freedom.